Hi everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to finish with the last video of unit number 12. In this video, we're going to be talking about advice and health as well, right? Remember that this unit is mainly about health problems and how to give advice, right? So we're going to read an article which is titled Stay Healthy in the Workplace. Remember that when we talk about staying healthy, we're not only talking about physical problems or things that you can um, visually interpret, right? But we're also going to be talking about mental health as well, which is one important factor. So when we talk about a person being healthy, is not only about what you can see, but also what goes beyond that, right? Mental health is a very important topic, and the idea is for us to be able to address it. All right, so we're going to be reading this article. Um, I want you to read it, so please pause the video and answer this first question. It says, what is the main topic of the article? Well, better relationship with colleagues. B says a better office environment. And letter C says exercising at work. So please pause the video, read the article, look up the words that you don't know, and then answer the question. All right? So are you ready? So the answer for the first question would be letter B, right? A better office environment. So this article helps us to identify factors that can help us to have a better environment, a better office, right? And that thus improves our health. So read the tips again. So here we have some tips, right? And try to find 7 things that you should do, right? Or 2 things that you shouldn't do. So things you should avoid. So let's see. 7 things that you have to do or you should do. First one says try to sit near a window, right? That would be number 1. Then we have that you should open the window if possible. So if you have a window, the idea is for you to be able to open it. Then we have get some plants, right? Get a good chair. Make sure the top of your computer screen is at eye level. Then we have change the color of your office walls. And then we have you should always use the stairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, right? So if you pay attention to this combination of advices, we have imperatives and advices using the auxiliary should, right? So we have the first one. This is an imperative. It says try to sit near a window. Remember that for imperatives, we don't use subjects. We only use the verb as a command, right? And then we have you should open the window. Get some plants, imperative as well. Get a good chair, imperative. Make sure the top of your computer screen is at eye level. This is also imperative. Change the color of your office walls, imperative as well. And the last one, use the auxiliary should, right? You should always use the stairs. Then let's see, find 2 things that you shouldn't do. So the first one says, don't sit near an air conditioner. And the second one would be, don't use the lift, right? So in these 2 cases, we are using the imperative mode, right? We're not using subjects, we're not using the word shouldn't, but we're giving this advice in present simple, right? With the according auxiliary. We use don't because the idea is that I am talking directly to you. So you are the subject. That is why we say don't and not doesn't, right? So don't use a lift or don't sit near an air conditioner. Very good. So do you do any of the things in the article? Maybe not for your office, but maybe for your room, right? Do you have plants in your room? Do you open the window once in a while? Or think about the place where you do your homeworks for university. Do you have a good chair? Or do you study in your bed maybe? So maybe this, although you are not working at an office specifically, maybe these tips can help you to improve the appearance of your bedroom and thus improve your health as well. Now it says cover the article and complete the sentences with these words. So let's test your memory. If you don't remember, you can always pause the video and then go back, all right? So please do the exercise now. Don't forget to pause this section because I'm going to be giving you the answers. Are you ready? So let's see. We have number 1, which is, number 1 says, natural light makes you feel happier. Number 2, fresh air is good for you. Number 3 is plants improve the appearance of your office. Number 4 is the right color helps you to be more creative, the right color of the walls in this case. And the last one is using the stairs keeps you fit. Very good. Now, these are not actually advices. These are reasons for advice. So let's go back to the article. If you pay attention, we have here this the tips, right? The advices, but we also have reasons why these advices should work. So if you're giving advice to someone, right? Say someone is telling you that, I don't know, maybe they have a cold and you're telling them, okay, but you should drink lemon with tea, for example, or honey and lemon because that will make you better. You need to give a reason why you think lemon is good for colds so that person understands why your advice is being a good one, right? So this is kind of supporting evidence of the advice that you're giving. So if, for example, you say, try to sit near a window. Why do I have to sit near a window? Because natural light makes you feel happier, right? Then we have, you should open the window if possible. Why should I do that? Because fresh air is good for you. Yes? So let's see. For example, if I say, get a good chair. Why do I have to get a good chair? Well, because bad sitting position can give you headaches and back pain, right? This also happens for advices in negative. So if I say, don't sit near the air conditioner, you might be asking why. Why do I have to follow your advice? Well, because air conditioning dries out your eyes and skin, right? So this is what we call supporting evidence, right? Reasons why you're given that specific advice. And that, especially for these types of articles, right? When you want to present information to other people, that is a very good way of convincing them, persuading them into doing the right thing, right? Now, let's continue. This is an optional homework I want you to do. So this is, if you want to do it, please feel free to send it to my email so I can give you feedback and maybe we can talk a bit about the topic you choose. So imagine that you want to give some advice, right? Choose one of these topics or use your own ideas. So for example, here we have how to improve your home cheaply, how to give a talk to a large audience, how to work at home effectively. That would be something very interesting, right, in the current situation. How to cook a meal for a large group of people, how to entertain a group of children, and how to organize a party for 50 people. You can choose other topics if you want. So if you feel that you have experience in a field or if you feel that you are good at something specific, you can choose that topic and give advice. So what I want you to do is to write something similar to the article, write some tips, try to use imperatives and the word should, and try to make sentences using if as well, if clauses. Like we have here in the example number 3, I think. If you want to improve the appearance of your office, comma, get some plants, right? So use these types of sentences. The idea is for you to do around 7 tips. I think it's okay, right? You can write an introduction and a conclusion if you want, right? And you can send it to my email and I will be happy to receive that and check it for you. All right? Now we're going to go to the last page of this lesson to review some vocabulary from the unit. All right? So here we have the review. It says vocabulary, health, and advice. Make sentences from the words in the table. So remember that we have 2 ways of talking about health problems. When you are experiencing health problems, you can use the expression I've got or I feel, right? So pause the video now and try to match which expressions go with I've got and which ones are used with the expression I feel. All right? So pause the video now because we're going to check. So let's see. We have I've got toothache or I've got a toothache. I've got a sore throat. I've got high temperature. I've got a problem with my knee. I've got a cold. I feel tired. I've got stomachache and I feel sick. Right? Remember we use these adjectives with the expression I feel. You can also say I feel terrible, I feel awful, or I feel great if you don't have any problem. Now make sentences giving advice from these words. So we have you should or you shouldn't, and you're going to pair the verbs with the complements there. All right, so please pause the video again and do the exercise. So let's see. We have first one, it can be you should go to a doctor, or maybe you shouldn't go to work. Right? You should go to a doctor or you shouldn't go to work. With take, we can say you should take a day off work. That means that you're not working that day, right? You should take a day of work or you should take some tablets. Tablets, we talk about medicine, right? You should take some tablets. You should eat a black toast and honey. Do you remember what this remedy was useful for? Black toast and honey for stomach aches, right? Then you can say you should try black toast and honey as well, right? If you're giving an advice to someone, try this remedy. You can also say you should try hot lemon juice with honey. And then you can say you should drink hot lemon juice with honey, or you shouldn't drink coffee in negative, right? Because coffee is not very good for your health, right? Here we go. Now, in the next part, we're going to talk about this in an online session. So if you weren't there, you can do this now, right? So complete the sentences with your own advice. So why would you advise someone if you say, if you like chocolate, you should try this brand, for example, or you should buy in this store, or I don't know. If you want to buy a new computer, you can say you should save some money, or you should buy this brand. Now let's see, and the last one I want you to do, and this is a bit maybe unrelated, but this is going to be very helpful for you. we're going to notice how we can use pronouns in a sentence when we refer to something that we've talked before, right? So remember that pronouns are used to avoid repeating the same things, right? So for example, if I say, my sister is Paula, she is 19 years old, I use she to avoid saying my sister again, right? Because I can say, my sister is Paula, my sister is 19. So I don't want to repeat the same word, so I use pronouns. And when subject pronouns are very simple, but with the pronouns it and they, it can be sometimes confusing. So let's see. In the first sentence of this, we have, just take a piece of bread and toast it until it's black, right? So if you pay attention, in this case, the word eat, right, is referring to a piece of bread, right? That's referring to the piece of bread. So toast the piece of bread until it is black. Then we have, put honey on the toast and eat it. What does it mean in this case? What do I have to eat? Do I have to eat the piece of bread, the honey, or both? Both, right? Eat refers to the toast and honey together. You don't really need the honey, but eat makes the toast taste better. In number 2, eat refers to honey. Yes, because honey makes the toast taste better, right? So honey alone. Number 3 says, it doesn't look good. What doesn't look good? The honey, the toast, or both? Both, right? The final product, the black toast with honey, doesn't look good, but it can really help. So both of them can help. Do you see? In some cases, we're talking about only the honey, like in case 2, right? But in 1, 3, and 4, it refers to the black toast with honey together. Now let's read the advice about a toothache. What do it and they mean? So I'm going to read this for you. It says, I always have a wet tea bag in the fridge, so it is there when I need it. Another idea, take a garlic clove and put it on the tooth. Both these ideas may help me 9 times out of 10, but if they don't work for you, you should go to a dentist. So pause the video and try to identify what it, and they refer to. Are you ready? So let's see. In the case of number 5, it says, I always have a wet tea bag on the fridge, so it is there when I need it. So it refers to the wet tea bag or the tea bag alone, right? Number 6, it would be the same when I need the wet tea bag, right? You can replace these words. So if you want to take, so it would be, I always have a wet tea bag in the fridge, so the wet tea bag is there when I need the wet tea bag, right? Another idea, take a garlic clove and put it on the tooth. So in this case, it doesn't refer to the tea bag anymore, but it refers to the garlic clove, right? Put the garlic clove on the tooth. Both these ideas may help me 9 times out of 10, but if they don't work for you, they are the ideas, right? Both ideas, so the tea bag and the garlic clove, the tricks, right? The remedies. If they don't work for you, you should go to a dentist, right? So using pronouns, especially the pronoun it, is going to be very helpful for you when you don't want to repeat the same words over and over and over, right? So that is the end for today. Remember that we're going to having our next test, next lessons, right? So if you have any question regarding the content, or if you want to practice a bit more, you can always write me back at my email. All right. So that is the end of today. Please take care. Stay at home if you want, and I will see you very soon. Bye bye.